What if, somewhere tonight, someone is crying in dua for a spouse with your heart, your character, and your faith, without even knowing your name? Only Allah knows who is written for you. But before He connects two lives, He may first remove the wrong people, heal hidden wounds, transform your dua, and prepare your heart for something real. These 5 signs may reveal that Allah is not ignoring your prayer. He may be preparing an answer you cannot yet see. 1. Allah removes the people who disturb your peace. Before Allah brings the right person into your life, He may first remove the people who constantly disturb your peace, confuse your emotions, weaken your faith, or make you question your worth. At first, their absence may feel painful. You may think you have lost someone important, and you may keep wondering why a relationship you wanted so deeply could not continue. But not every closed door is a punishment. Sometimes Allah closes a door because He sees what you cannot see and knows where that path would eventually lead. The wrong person may keep you anxious, uncertain, and emotionally exhausted. They may offer attention one day and distance the next, making you feel as though you must keep proving that you deserve basic love and respect. Over time, you may begin compromising your dignity, ignoring warning signs, or moving away from the values that once protected your heart. When Allah removes such a person, do not immediately assume that you have been rejected. You may actually be rescued. Some separations are painful because your heart was attached, but they are necessary because Allah is creating space for healing, clarity, and something healthier. Do not keep chasing what Allah is helping you leave behind. The right person will not require you to lose yourself just to keep them. Sometimes the first sign that Allah is preparing something better is that what repeatedly harmed your peace is no longer allowed to remain. 2. Your heart begins healing from the past. Before Allah brings the right person into your life, He may begin healing the wounds that could damage a healthy relationship. You may still remember what happened, but the memories no longer control your emotions. You stop replaying old conversations, checking whether someone has returned, or comparing every new person with the one who hurt you. Slowly, the pain that once occupied your mind begins losing its power over your heart. Healing does not mean pretending that nothing happened. It means understanding the lesson without carrying the bitterness into your future. Allah may allow you to recognize why you accepted poor treatment, ignored warning signs, or became attached to someone who could not give you peace. This awareness is not meant to shame you. It is meant to protect you from repeating the same pattern. A wounded heart often seeks marriage as an escape from loneliness, but a healing heart understands that marriage is a responsibility, not a rescue. It requires patience, trust, communication, mercy, and emotional maturity. When you become comfortable with your past, instead of controlled by it, you are better prepared to love without fear and receive love without suspicion. Perhaps Allah is not delaying the right person. Perhaps He is healing you so that when the right person arrives, you will not punish them for pain they never caused. The moment your past stops deciding your future may be a powerful sign that Allah is preparing your heart for a healthier and more peaceful chapter. 3. Your dua becomes deeper and more mature. One of the most meaningful signs that Allah may be preparing you for marriage is that your dua begins to change. In the beginning, you may ask Allah for a specific person because your heart is attached to them. You may focus mainly on appearance, attraction, attention, or the excitement of being loved. But as Allah gives you wisdom, your prayers become deeper. You stop asking only for the person you want and begin asking for the person who is truly good for your faith, heart, future, and peace. You start praying for someone with good character, loyalty, patience, kindness, emotional maturity, and sincere love for Allah. You ask for a spouse who will respect your boundaries, support your purpose, protect your dignity, and help you build a peaceful home. This change shows that you are no longer searching for temporary feelings. You are preparing for a lifelong responsibility. Perhaps somewhere, someone is also asking Allah for a righteous spouse. They may not know your name, your face, or your story, but they may be praying for the qualities Allah is currently developing within you. Only Allah knows whose prayers will be connected, when two paths will meet, and what timing will bring the greatest barakah. Do not become obsessed with guessing who may be praying for you. Instead, allow your dua to improve you. Ask Allah not only to send the right person, but also to make you worthy, prepared, and emotionally ready for them. A mature dua does not demand one particular outcome. It says, "O Allah, give me what is best, protect me from what is harmful, and make my heart peaceful with your decision." 4. You become peaceful without needing anyone. One of the strongest signs that Allah may be preparing you for a healthy marriage is that your heart begins finding peace without depending on another person to provide it. You may still desire companionship, love, and a future spouse, but you no longer believe that your life cannot begin until someone chooses you. The fear of being alone slowly loses its control over you, and you stop treating marriage as the only solution to every feeling of emptiness. Instead, you begin understanding that another person can share your happiness, but they cannot become the entire source of it. Before reaching this stage, you may have spent a great deal of time waiting for messages, attention, reassurance, or affection. Your mood may have depended on how someone treated you. When they were close, you felt valuable, but when they became distant, you questioned everything about yourself. You may have repeatedly checked your phone, overanalyzed conversations, or tried to change yourself so that someone would remain interested. This kind of attachment can make a person emotionally exhausted because their peace is always placed in hands that can change at any moment. Allah may allow these experiences to teach you an important truth. People are human, and human beings cannot carry the weight of becoming everything your heart needs. Their feelings may change, their priorities may shift, and sometimes they may leave despite your sincere efforts. When your happiness depends completely on another person, their smallest action can control your entire emotional state. But when your heart is connected to Allah, people can disappoint you without completely destroying you. You may still feel pain, but you do not lose yourself inside it. Becoming peaceful without needing anyone does not mean becoming cold, distant, or uninterested in marriage. It does not mean convincing yourself that love has no value. It means learning to desire companionship without becoming desperate for it. There is a great difference between saying, "I would be grateful to share my life with someone," and saying, "I cannot live unless someone comes and saves me." The first comes from emotional readiness, while the second comes from an unhealed emptiness that can lead you toward the wrong people. Desperation often makes warning signs appear smaller than they truly are. When you are terrified of being alone, you may tolerate disrespect because you fear losing attention. You may ignore dishonesty because you do not want to begin again. You may accept inconsistency, emotional manipulation, or unclear intentions simply because someone gives you temporary comfort. A lonely heart can sometimes mistake attention for commitment and strong emotions for genuine compatibility. This is why inner peace is not a small achievement. It becomes a protection that helps you recognize what is healthy and walk away from what is not. When Allah teaches you to enjoy your own company, you begin using your time differently. You strengthen your prayer, improve your character, care for your health, work toward meaningful goals, and become more present with your family. You stop watching everyone else's life and feeling as though you have been forgotten. You begin seeing your current season not as an empty waiting room, but as a valuable part of your journey. There are lessons, opportunities, and forms of worship available to you now that should not be ignored while you wait for marriage. This peace also changes the way you make decisions. You no longer rush toward every person who shows interest. You take time to observe their character, consistency, intentions, and relationship with Allah. You are not easily impressed by beautiful words because you have learned that actions reveal what promises often hide. You become willing to ask difficult questions, involve trusted family members, protect your boundaries, and walk away when something repeatedly disturbs your faith or dignity. You are no longer choosing from fear. You are choosing with clarity. When the right person eventually enters your life, this emotional stability will allow you to love them in a healthier way. You will not expect them to heal every wound, remove every insecurity, or keep you happy at every moment. You will understand that marriage includes responsibility, patience, forgiveness, sacrifice, and growth. Two people will have different emotions, weaknesses, and experiences, so there will be moments when one cannot give the other everything they want. A peaceful person can face these moments without immediately assuming that the relationship is failing. You will also be able to love without constantly fearing abandonment. Instead of controlling the other person, testing their love, or demanding endless reassurance, you will communicate with maturity. You will give them space to be human while still maintaining healthy expectations. Your confidence will not come from believing that they could never leave. It will come from knowing that whatever happens, Allah will remain with you. This does not make love weaker. It makes love cleaner because it is no longer mixed with desperation, possession, and fear. Perhaps someone somewhere is asking Allah for a spouse who is calm, emotionally mature, faithful, and capable of building a peaceful home. While you are wondering when your dua will be answered, Allah may be developing those very qualities inside you. The waiting may not be empty. Every disappointment you survived, every unhealthy attachment you released, and every lonely season you faced may be teaching you how to enter marriage with wisdom rather than dependence. Do not believe that becoming peaceful alone will make you miss the person written for you. What Allah has decreed will not pass you because you stopped chasing people. In fact, when you stop running after every possibility, you become more capable of recognizing what arrives with sincerity. You no longer force connections, create imaginary signs, or build your future around someone who has offered no commitment. You allow relationships to unfold with honesty, proper boundaries, and trust in Allah's timing. There is something powerful about reaching a point where you can sincerely say, "O Allah, I desire marriage, but I will not destroy myself while waiting for it. I want love, but I will not disobey you to receive it. I hope for companionship, but I know that my worth is not decided by who chooses me." This is not giving up on your dua. It is surrendering the timing and outcome to the one who understands your future better than you ever could. The right person should enter a life that already has faith, direction, purpose, and dignity. They should not become the only reason you wake up, smile, or feel valuable. When two emotionally dependent people meet, they may place impossible expectations on each other. But when two people have learned to rely on Allah, they can support one another without worshipping the relationship itself. They can love deeply while remembering that their ultimate security comes from their Creator. So when you notice that you are no longer chasing attention, fearing silence, or accepting poor treatment simply to avoid loneliness, recognize how far you have come. Your peacefulness may be evidence that Allah is strengthening your heart for something more responsible and meaningful. You are learning that marriage is not about finding someone who completes your existence. It is about meeting someone with whom you can worship Allah, grow in character, face life's difficulties, and build a home filled with mercy. Continue preparing yourself without becoming obsessed with when the person will arrive. Protect the peace Allah has helped you build. Do not trade it for temporary attention or uncertain promises. The person who is truly right for you should not require you to abandon your dignity, faith, or emotional stability. When Allah brings the right connection, you should be able to welcome it with gratitude rather than desperation, with wisdom rather than fear, and with a heart that loves deeply while remaining firmly attached to Him. 5. The right doors begin opening naturally. When Allah is preparing to bring the right person into your life, you may notice that certain doors begin opening without the constant struggle, confusion, and emotional exhaustion you experienced before. This does not mean everything will become perfect. or that a serious relationship will require no effort. Marriage is a major responsibility, and every meaningful connection needs patience, communication, wisdom, and sacrifice. However, what comes with goodness and barakah will not require you to repeatedly destroy your dignity, ignore your faith, or force someone to recognize your value. In the past, you may have tried to make unsuitable connections work. You may have remained attached to someone who was uncertain about you, avoided commitment, disappeared without explanation, or returned only when they needed attention. You may have spent countless nights wondering what you should say, how you should behave, or what part of yourself you needed to change to make them stay. Every step felt difficult because you were trying to open a door that Allah may never have intended for you. When the right doors begin opening, the experience often feels different. There is greater clarity in the person's intentions. You are not constantly trying to decode mixed signals or guess whether they are serious. Their words and actions begin matching. They approach the connection with respect rather than secrecy, and they are willing to take responsible steps instead of keeping you trapped in endless promises. You may still need time to understand one another, but the relationship is moving towards something meaningful instead of remaining in a state of emotional uncertainty. Sometimes the door opens through an introduction you never expected. A relative may mention someone at the right time. A trusted friend may connect two families. You may meet a person through work, education, community, or another lawful setting without having planned it. Something that appears ordinary may become part of Allah's answer to years of sincere dua. You may later realize that several small events had to happen in a precise order for your paths to cross. This is why you should never believe that Allah needs your desperation to bring what is written for you. He does not need you to chase every person, force every conversation, or compromise your values out of fear that you will miss your opportunity. The one who controls every meeting, every delay, and every change of direction is fully capable of bringing two people together at the appointed time. What feels impossible to you can be arranged by Allah through a door you did not even know existed. However, an open door is not automatically proof that someone is your soulmate or future spouse. A new connection should still be approached with wisdom. Strong feelings alone are not enough. Attention is not the same as commitment, and excitement is not the same as compatibility. You must observe the person's character, honesty, emotional stability, treatment of others, religious commitment, and ability to accept responsibility. You must ask whether this connection strengthens your relationship with Allah or slowly pulls you away from Him. The right person will not be flawless because no human being is perfect. They will have weaknesses, habits to improve, and areas where they need patience. But there is a difference between ordinary human imperfection and a pattern of dishonesty, manipulation, disrespect, or spiritual harm. Do not use the idea of destiny to excuse behavior that repeatedly destroys your peace. Allah has given you reason, guidance, boundaries, and trusted people so that you can make careful decisions rather than following emotion blindly. When a serious door opens, involve people you trust. Seek the advice of family members, elders, or individuals known for wisdom and good character. Sometimes emotions prevent you from seeing what others can recognize clearly. A person may appear impressive when speaking directly to you, but their behavior toward family, workers, strangers, and those who cannot benefit them often reveals more about who they truly are. Marriage is not built only on romantic conversations. It is built on character that remains present when excitement becomes responsibility. You should also pray istikhara and ask Allah to guide you toward what is good. Istikhara does not always produce a dream, a sudden sign, or an immediate feeling. Guidance may appear through clarity, new information, changed circumstances, or the way events unfold over time. Sometimes a door becomes easier because it is good for you. At other times, difficulties expose something you needed to know before making a permanent decision. Your responsibility is to pray sincerely, investigate wisely, and remain willing to accept Allah's answer even when it differs from your desire. There may be moments when a connection appears promising, but then ends unexpectedly. Do not assume that every closed door means your dua has failed. Sometimes Allah opens a door only long enough to teach you what you need, reveal what you deserve, or protect you from entering something harmful. A temporary opportunity can still carry a permanent lesson. The important thing is not to attach your faith to one person and say, if this does not work, then Allah has abandoned me. Allah's plan is greater than the single outcome your heart currently understands. As Allah prepares the right door, He may also begin arranging your personal life. Your finances may improve, your family situation may become more stable, or you may develop the emotional maturity required for marriage. You may suddenly feel motivated to improve your communication, control your anger, become more responsible, or strengthen your relationship with Allah. These changes may seem unrelated to marriage, but they could be part of the preparation. A healthy marriage requires more than finding the correct person. It requires becoming someone capable of carrying the responsibilities that marriage brings. Love cannot compensate forever for poor communication, uncontrolled emotions, financial irresponsibility, weak boundaries, or an unwillingness to grow. This may be why Allah allows a period of preparation before opening the right door. He may be teaching you lessons now that will protect your future home later. Perhaps somewhere, someone is making a sincere dua for a spouse who will understand them, honor them, and help them remain close to Allah. They may be asking with tears, wondering when their prayer will be answered. At the same time, you may be making a similar dua without knowing that Allah is preparing both lives separately. He may be healing one heart while strengthening the other. He may be removing unsuitable people, developing maturity, and arranging circumstances that will eventually bring two paths together. Only Allah knows whether someone is specifically praying to marry you. So do not build certainty around what has not been revealed. The beautiful lesson is not that you should imagine an unknown person waiting for you. The lesson is that no sincere dua is hidden from Allah. He hears the prayers spoken publicly and the ones whispered through tears when no one else is present. He knows the qualities you need in a spouse, the weaknesses you cannot yet recognize, and the timing in which marriage would bring the greatest benefit. When the right doors begin opening, there may be a sense of peace, but peace should not be confused with the absence of nervousness. Important decisions naturally bring questions and concern. The peace comes from knowing that the process is respectful, the intentions are clear, and you are not being asked to betray your principles. You can discuss important matters honestly. You can express boundaries without being punished. You can seek advice without the person demanding secrecy. There is room for faith, family, responsibility, and mutual respect. The wrong connection often survives through confusion. One person avoids clear answers, while the other remains emotionally invested. Promises are made, but responsible action never follows. Months or years pass, while the relationship remains uncertain. The right door, however, begins moving toward clarity. The person understands that your heart is not something to occupy temporarily. They know that serious intentions require serious steps, and they are prepared to demonstrate commitment through responsible behavior. Do not be so impressed by the possibility of marriage that you ignore whether the person is capable of maintaining one. Ask important questions about faith, family expectations, finances, communication, children, responsibilities, emotional health, and future goals. These conversations may not feel as exciting as romantic words, but they are essential. A person who is serious about building a life with you should be willing to discuss reality, not only feelings. You must also examine yourself honestly. Are you ready to communicate without manipulation? Can you apologize when you are wrong? Can you listen without turning every disagreement into a personal attack? Are you willing to serve, compromise, and remain patient when marriage no longer feels effortless? Many people pray intensely for a spouse, but spend little time preparing to become one. The opening of the right door should inspire gratitude and responsibility, not only excitement. If a connection does not arrive immediately, do not interpret the silence as rejection. Allah may still be arranging what you cannot see. A delay can protect you from meeting the right person at the wrong stage of your life. You may both need experiences, lessons, and spiritual growth before you are able to recognize and appreciate one another. Meeting too early could create problems that maturity would have prevented. Use the waiting period wisely. Build a life filled with worship, purpose, beneficial work, meaningful relationships, and personal growth. Do not pause your entire existence while hoping for marriage. The person written for you should meet someone who has been living with direction, not someone who has spent every day emotionally suspended. Your current life matters, and the duties Allah has given you today should not be neglected for a future that has not yet arrived. When a promising door finally opens, do not rush because you are afraid it may close. What is truly good does not need careless decisions. Give the process the seriousness it deserves. Make dua, observe, ask questions, seek advice, and protect the boundaries that keep your heart clear. A person who respects you will not pressure you to abandon wisdom in order to prove your feelings. There may come a day when you look back and understand why previous doors remained closed. You may realize that the people you cried over were not capable of giving you the peace you prayed for. The rejection that once wounded you may begin looking like protection. The delay that once frustrated you may reveal itself as preparation. You may understand that Allah was not keeping love away from you. He was preventing you from building your future on the wrong foundation. Trusting Allah does not mean waiting passively without making any effort. It means taking lawful and responsible steps while keeping your heart surrendered to His decision. You may allow trusted people to know that you are open to marriage. You may meet potential spouses through appropriate channels. You may improve your social confidence and communication, but you do not allow fear to push you toward desperation or disobedience. The right door will not require you to become someone false in order to enter it. You should not need to hide your values, silence your needs, or constantly perform to remain worthy of attention. A healthy person will appreciate honesty, respect boundaries, and understand that trust is built gradually. They will not expect instant emotional dependence before they have demonstrated genuine responsibility. Remember that marriage itself is not the final destination. It is the beginning of a new test, responsibility, and form of worship. Finding the right person does not remove every difficulty from life, but with faith, mercy, and good character, two people can face difficulties without becoming enemies. They can remind each other of Allah, protect one another's dignity, and create a home where mistakes are corrected with wisdom rather than cruelty. So when the right doors begin opening, enter them with hope, but keep your eyes open. Let your heart feel grateful, but allow your mind and faith to guide your decisions. Do not turn every coincidence into a divine promise, and do not ignore clear goodness because you are waiting for a dramatic sign. Sometimes Allah's answer arrives quietly through an honest person, a respectful family, a clear intention, and a process filled with responsibility. What Allah has written for you will reach you, but your role is to remain faithful during both the waiting and the receiving. Continue becoming the kind of person who can protect the blessing when it arrives. Strengthen your character, purify your intentions, and ask Allah for more than a beautiful beginning. Ask Him for a marriage filled with faith, loyalty, mercy, patience, protection, and lasting barakah. One day, the door that opens may make every delay understandable. You may finally see why Allah removed certain people, healed your heart, changed your dua, and taught you to become peaceful alone. Each lesson may have been preparing you to recognize something healthier. Until that day, do not force what remains unclear. Do not chase what repeatedly escapes responsibility. Do not sacrifice your relationship with Allah for the possibility of being loved by someone else. Keep making sincere dua, keep preparing yourself, and trust that the one who created your heart knows exactly when, how, and through whom its next chapter should begin. Maybe, somewhere, someone is making dua for a spouse with your heart, your values, and your faith. Maybe Allah is preparing them while He prepares you. But do not spend your life searching for that person in every face or turning every coincidence into a sign. Instead, become the answer to the dua you are asking Allah to fulfill. Heal what still hurts. Strengthen your relationship with Allah. Protect your peace. Improve your character. And never lower your standards just because the waiting feels long. Because when Allah brings the right person, you will understand why the wrong people had to leave, why certain doors had to close, and why your heart first had to learn peace without anyone. What is written for you will never miss you, and what misses you was never written to stay. So keep making dua, keep preparing, and keep trusting Allah's timing. The answer may be closer than you think, and when it arrives, every tear, every delay, and every lesson will finally make sense.